Exchange kids! Welcome to Sunday. Mr. Shaun here. Oh my goodness, I miss seeing all your beautiful faces in church. While we've been apart, I got glasses and also my hair is starting to do this real crazy thing that makes me look like a funky chicken, but don't make fun of me on that, okay? Last week, Miss Kitty shared an awesome message about exchanging our sorrows for God's joy. And today, we're going to talk about how we can exchange our anxiety for God's peace. First of all, anxiety can be a big word. Anxiety simply means whenever you feel worried, fearful, or nervous about something. And that's a normal part of life, and that's okay. Do you guys ever feel fearful or worried about something? What do you guys feel fearful about? When I was little, there was a lot of things that I was worried about. Some things were silly, some things were a little bit more serious than others. Well, first of all, I used to be really afraid of the dark. I had a hard time going to sleep at night and I needed a little nightlight. And man, what an adventure it was whenever I had to go use the restroom in the middle of the night. Another silly thing that I remember is when I used to sit in the backseat of my parents' car at night, we would drive and I would look up. And have you ever noticed those moments? It kind of looks like the moon is constantly following you and chasing you. And that just totally freaked me out. And I was afraid of the moon for a really long time too. Well, sometimes it got a little bit more serious though. Especially when my parents would go on long trips or something. I would feel really anxious that something bad might happen to them, or possibly I might not be able to see them again. Now, like I said before, having these type of moments are perfectly a normal part of life. But anxiety can become a big issue when it fills our minds and our hearts, that it starts to make you feel hopeless and alone. But let's take a look at the Bible and see what God has to say about how we can fight off anxiety and how He is mighty to take care of all those fears and anxiousness. The verse that we're going to take a look at is Philippians chapter 4, verses 6 through 8. Let me read it out here. Do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your requests to God, and the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. Finally, brothers and sisters, that's you and me, whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think about such things. Now, why would the Bible talk about all these different things that we should think about? It's not saying that we should only think about those because those are the only things that exist. There's plenty of things out there in the world that are not true, not noble, sometimes even straight out ugly, that we can think about those things. But the Bible is saying, rather than thinking about those things, choose to think about what is right. Now, I think that's an absolutely amazing thing. You and I have the privilege and awesome power to choose what thoughts come into our mind, or what especially remains in there. Now, I want to let you in a little secret. Whatever we focus on and give our attention to tends to grow. Now, I'm going to come back with a little detective's tool and see if you guys know what this is. I'll be right back. Here I am, and I brought a lot of different friends with me too. Now, would you guys happen to know what this is? Huh? What did you say? That's right, it's a magnifying glass. Do you guys know what a magnifying glass does? Detectives use it to look for clues because whatever you look at through the magnifying glass, it makes it look bigger. See, let me show you. There's a tiny little dog over here, but if we put the magnifying glass, it looks bigger. Suddenly small. Is it getting bigger again? I hope so. That's what the magnifying glass does. Let me show you another example. what do you see here? The letter E, but it's really far away. But how does it look like that? Whoa, even I can see that through the camera right now. That's pretty impressive. How about some of our favorite doggy characters out there too? From far away, it might be hard to see, but whatever your view, it makes it look bigger. Now here's the interesting thing. It doesn't matter what we're looking at. It could be good or bad, but whatever we put our focus on, it makes things look much larger than what they really are. And it starts filling up our minds too. Now you might be saying, but Mr. Shaun, there's a lot of things that we could possibly think about. Even the Bible, it's telling us that it's saying that whatever is true, whatever is pure, whatever is holy, whatever is admirable, think about these things. Those are a lot of different things. Well, I have great news for you guys. For us Christians, especially, it's not a matter about thinking about all these little different things, but it's about thinking about one person, and that person is Jesus. When we look at the Bible tells us that Jesus is good, that he is our best friend, that he will never desert us, and regardless of what the circumstances are, he will make everything beautiful in his time. And that's really the promise for us. So Exchange Kids, I want you to remember that we get to choose our thoughts. Let me give you another quick example. Have you ever seen a bird flying by all over the place? We might not be able to stop them from flying over our head, but if they were to land on your head, start building a nest, and start laying eggs in there, would you just let it sit there? No, we would say, hey, shoo shoo birdie, get out of here. Now, just like that, thoughts might come up, but we get to choose what thoughts we keep. And that choice is absolutely up to you. When we choose to think about Jesus and focus on him and give our attention to him, his truth and his love fills our minds, and it leaves no room for fear or anxiety to stay there, because his perfect love casts out all fear. So Exchange Kids, have a wonderful week, and make sure that you are careful to choose what you think about. Bye.